All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are tackling a huge decision, one of the most critical a modern business can make, choosing your cloud provider. You've heard the names, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and yeah, it can feel pretty overwhelming. But don't worry, by the end of this, you're going to have a clear framework to make the right choice for your business.
And you know, this quote really hits the nail on the head. Look, this isn't just about picking some tech. It's a massive strategic move. Choosing the right cloud partner affects your budget, your efficiency, and your power to compete. Get it right, and you unlock some serious potential. But if you get it wrong, oh man, you're looking at surprise bills and a whole lot of operational headaches.
So here's how we're going to break it all down for you. First, we'll talk about why this is such a big deal at the cloud crossroads. Then we'll meet the cloud giants. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of costs and compliance, give you the SMB decision matrix to make this whole thing way easier, and finally, we'll wrap up with your action plan.
So why does this matter so much? Well, think about it. For a growing business, the right cloud choice isn't just about storing files. It's the difference between paying for servers you're not even using and being able to scale up in an instant when you get a surprise flood of customers. It's the secret sauce that lets a tiny team go toe-to-toe with the big guys.
Okay, so let's meet the big three, the titans of the cloud. Each one has its own vibe, its own unique strengths, and its own sweet spot.
First up, we've got to talk about the OG, the one that basically started this whole thing, Amazon Web Services, or as we all know it, AWS. There's a reason AWS is the king of the hill, and it really comes down to one word: flexibility. They have the biggest menu of services out there, which means, seriously, if you can dream it, you can probably build it on AWS. This makes it the go-to for really demanding jobs, like running a massive e-commerce site or crunching huge amounts of data.
All right, next on our list is Microsoft Azure. And if AWS is the flexible pioneer, Azure is the undisputed champion of the corporate world.
So what's Azure's superpower? Easy. It's how perfectly it plays with the entire Microsoft universe. If your office already runs on Windows Server, on Office 365, all those classic Microsoft tools, then jumping into Azure is, well, it's just a no-brainer. This seamless connection makes it a huge favorite in industries like healthcare and manufacturing.
And last, but absolutely not least, we have the fast-moving challenger, known for its deep roots in data and its super developer-friendly tools, Google Cloud Platform.
So Google Cloud is all about leaning into what Google is famous for, right? We're talking data, we're talking AI, machine learning, the really cool cutting-edge stuff. The result is a platform that's loaded with powerful tools, perfect for businesses that are diving deep into real-time analytics or building their own advanced AI.
Okay, so we've met the players, now let's get down to brass tacks. We're talking about two things that every business owner obsesses over: money and rules.
And that's a fantastic question, right? Because you hear all this pay-as-you-go talk, but what are you actually paying for? Well, it pretty much breaks down into three core buckets.
First up, you've got compute. Just think of this like the engine in your car. It's the raw horsepower that runs your applications, whether they're on virtual machines or these cool new serverless functions. The more power you need, the more you pay. Simple as that. Next, there's storage. This one's easy. It's your digital filing cabinet. But here's the catch. You don't just pay for how much you stuff into that cabinet. You also pay to move things in and out of it. It's a sneaky cost you really got to keep an eye on.
And finally, we have the network. This is basically the cost of all the data zipping around. It's like the plumbing that connects all your different services and, most importantly, delivers stuff out to your customers on the internet.
Okay, so that's the money part. But just as important, maybe even more important, is compliance. And let me be super clear. This part is absolutely non-negotiable. Using the cloud doesn't give you a free pass to ignore the rules that protect your customers' data.
Now, depending on what your business does and who your customers are, you've got to know these acronyms. Got customers in Europe? That's GDPR. In California? CCPA. Handling health information? You better be HIPAA compliant. Taking credit cards? That's PCI DSS. And yeah, all three of these cloud giants give you tools to help with this, but here's the key takeaway. At the end of the day, the legal responsibility, that lands squarely on your shoulders.
Whew, okay, I know that's a ton of information. So how do we cut through all that noise and actually make a choice? Well, that's where our simple SMB decision matrix comes in. This is it. This is the big question, right? After all that, which one do you pick? Let's finally cut to the chase and figure out which one is the perfect fit for your business.
Okay, here's a really practical way to look at this. We're just going to use your team size as a simple starting point. If you're a really small crew, say 1 to 10 people, the super simple pricing and quick setup you get with AWS or Google Cloud is probably your best bet. As you get a bit bigger, maybe 10 to 50 employees, especially if you're already using Microsoft products, Azure's seamless integration becomes a huge win. And then, once you're over 50 employees and your needs get more complex, the raw power and breadth of AWS often becomes the default choice.
All right, you've got the matrix, you have the framework. So, what now? Let's put together a super clear, step-by-step action plan to get you from thinking about it to making it happen.
Okay, here are 5 simple steps you can follow. Step 1, really truly assess what you need. Step 2, put together a real budget. Step 3, use that matrix we just talked about to pick a provider. Step 4, and listen up, because this one is so important. Start with a small pilot program. Don't go all in at once. Just test it out with a small team first. And finally, step 5, once you're up and running, constantly keep an eye on your costs and performance to make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck.
And there you have it, a clear path from confusion to a confident decision. You've got the roadmap to make a smart choice that's going to set your company up for the future. So I guess the only real question left is your business ready for all the growth that's about to come its way?